Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to yet another episode of the ultimate CxO show here on CxO TV. CxO Global Forum is a knowledge sharing platform for all C levels across the globe. We take massive pride in contributing to the knowledge economy with our league of extraordinary thought leaders. Not just domain experts, but those individuals that have carved a niche for themselves in the fields that they're working in. They're not just contributing, they're also formulating a lot of policies and advising and consulting. So today as well, we've got an extraordinary gentleman. He also has represented Pakistan and globally. He's got a lot of global exposure as well. Please welcome Mr. Hammad Farooqi to the show. He's the CEO
Thank you.
at Premier Petersfield Consultancy. Thank you for joining us, sir.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me.
Right. So let's jump right into it. Before we started off, I was listening to your interesting journey, and I believe you started off here in Pakistan. So homegrown talent. I would like to know where your professional journey began and what led you to, becoming the CEO that you are today.
Look, my journey began in Lahore with Ferguson, which is part of PwC, which was my first work experience. And I really learned a lot from my seniors and colleagues there. And I still admire my time, cherish my time I spent in Ferguson, the 4 years I did. I moved to UK back in 1990, and by profession, I'm a chartered accountant. So I worked with a number of corporate organizations, including Deloitte, Merrill Lynch. But corporate life was not meant for me. I'm not cut out for corporate life. So I decided to set up my own business. That was back in 2003. Which is where I set up an office in Pakistan, which was to act as a back office for accounting and taxation work for my clients in the UK. And I'm glad that that business is still going on. We've got 30 plus staff in Lahore office who are very well trained on UK accounting, taxation aspects. And then, we've been working with businesses, bringing them to UK, setting them up, helping them expand into European markets. And that led me to set up an office in Dubai, which is, primarily aimed at helping Asian business people internationalizing their business, exploring European markets, accessing UK and EU. The Dubai office has grown in the last 2 years. We've got about 15 plus employees now here.
Brilliant.
And we're looking at opening offices in Far East, so, Bangkok, Cambodia, because there is a market for people, to internationalize their businesses.
Brilliant. And it makes me so proud, and I feel honored that you're here joining us today.
Thank you.
So let's talk a little bit about, your personal journey. Like you said, being a chartered accountant, generally, the career pathway that most people prefer is ideally, they'd like to become the CFO of, one of these big firms. And I know that you've got a strong rooted background in accountancy and finance. And then, coming to setting up your own business, now being a CEO. What does your current role at Premier Petersfield Management Consultancy entail on a day-to-day basis?
Look, my sort of principle has been that I don't want to work in the business. I want to work on the business. So what that means is that I would like the day-to-day running of the business to be delegated to one of my senior colleagues who would be more appropriate to look after the day-to-day running. And I would work on the business in terms of strategically where we can take the business, what are the next markets, where do we need to focus. So I do not get into a client-facing role, but I spend most of my time looking at what potential markets are there, what potential areas we could get involved in, what potential services we can offer our clients, where they would feel that they have chosen the right business partner, not a service provider. So,
Brilliantly
yeah.
put. So, Mr. Farooqi, so would you say that your leadership style is more democratic because you mentioned delegating authority, passing on authority, and sort of empowering people? What are the pros and cons of this particular leadership style, in your opinion?
Look, you have to choose your management team carefully. So but once you've got your management team, you have to empower them. You have to trust them. Yes, they could make wrong decisions, and we all do, and we learn from those decisions. But if you want to expand your business, if you want to explore international markets, you cannot keep control of everything. Either you're a control freak and work it in a one-man band kind of operation, or you let it expand and empower your employees. I prefer to call them my colleagues, to take the decisions, and they learn, and it gives them the feeling that it's their business and they're contributing towards it, and that's the key to growth.
Absolutely. Would you, there's this argument these days, especially because we live in the post-chat GPT-3 era, and
Right.
I've seen like some of the latest developments with the, let's say, the context of UK, the IFRS, and a lot of things are getting automated around us. The general impression that young mid-career professionals have of today is a lot of the people, a lot of the workforce might get replaced by AI machines. What is your take on it? And how do you think, what would your advice would be for these mid-career professionals of today to make themselves future-proof, future-ready?
Right. Look, AI, as far as I can see, it's we're talking about automating the day-to-day mundane tasks, the sort of things which do not require too much brain power, and therefore can be done by a machine or a computer. So I think when I grew up, we were told we used calculators to add up the accounts and make sure everything balances and all that. But that time is gone, and we have to move on. And the young generation that's coming along, they are far more robust and technologically advanced than I was at their age. And I think that's what the focus should be, that you need to keep thinking about how you can add value to the business, because AI will not add value to the business. It will do what is required to be done. The value add bit has to come from the staff members, and they have to understand their industry, have the right knowledge to take it a step further. So yes, it is hard for young people, but that's the challenge they face now.
Yeah, I know. And come to think of it now, even a lot of the certifications. I remember. Let's not just talk about the mundane tasks, but a lot of the certifications now, if you look at the professional accountancy qualifications, are being taken on in the COVID era. Do you not think that deprives, especially those who are working in accountancy and finance, of the general soft skills that are required? that most top-notch companies these days are looking for, because you're taking away the human element from most tasks.
True. I think what is required these days is, as I said, value add proposition. So, I run an accounting firm, and we do the basic compliance kind of work for our clients. But my um, sort of aim is, how I can help my clients expand globally, internationalize. How can we remove the barriers which face them, uh, you know, when it comes to expansion? Um, Removing the immigration issues and going into a new territory, what kind of challenges they face. So those are the sort of things which computer or AI cannot predict, cannot do. And it's you have to become a problem solver. You have to open up doors for your clients, for your customers, for your business partners, and that's where the value proposition lies.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about your own journey, from a young professional to a CEO now. It is said that mentors are important for one's professional growth. What is your take on this statement? And did you have any mentors the way?
Yes, I believe mentors are very important. You learn from your seniors, you learn from your colleagues, and I mean, in my life, there are, I wouldn't say there's one person, there are probably two or three people who I admire, and their achievements gave me the confidence that, I can do it. And that's what matters, that, your belief,
So,
which helps.
mhm. um, so are there, or is there any particular piece of advice, or maybe some form of life lesson stuck by you, that was given to you by one of your, anything that you're still holding on to today?
Look, the thing is, if you're going to start your entrepreneurship journey, you have to believe, and that applies to even, if you're working for an organization, you have to believe in what you're doing. If you do not believe, then you will ultimately falter, or things won't work out. Um, Nobody, at least that I know of, who started a business and didn't fail. We
Hmm.
all learn from our mistakes. Uh, Packing up and walking away is not the answer. If you want to be successful, you have to believe that what you're doing is right. Okay, the path you chose may not be the best one, but the ultimate goal is there for you to achieve. And once you believe in that, you know, your goal and your ambition, then you will get there.
So resilience is key.
Correct. Yes, exactly.
Right. So, we've learned about all your achievements. I went through your stellar record on LinkedIn. But is there something about you, perhaps a fact or two, that we wouldn't be able to gauge from looking at your LinkedIn profile? Any particular hobby, any a particular area of interest? How do you unwind?
Sure. I think, yeah, I mean, LinkedIn profile is very kind of businessy. So, we're all humans at the end of the day, and we all have other interests as well. So, for me, traveling, learning about history and culture of different countries is very important. That's how you get to know the people. And it also helps, when you're exploring new markets, where how things could fit in. I am very keen on art and music side of things.
Wow.
So I
Very unlike
have,
accountant.
yes, a bit of a contradiction, but yes. So I do have an interest in a kind of music startup. So,
Brilliant.
which is focused on launching or relaunching careers of talented artists. And we are at the moment in the process of doing that for a uh, very renowned Pakistani artist, Mr. Suhail Akhlaq. And we're launching his new album, which will be first after probably 20 years or so, his absence from the music scene. Yeah, so that's coming out next week, and we're looking forward to, how it goes.
Brilliant. That sounds amazing. And all the best to him and all the best to you. Thank you so much, Mr. Hammad Farooqi. It's been an honor and a privilege for you to join in. There was a lot that I learned today. Please keep contributing to the knowledge economy.
Thank you very much. Thank you for inviting me.
But before I let you go, I have one last question that I'd like you to answer. What do you think is the utility of forums like CxO Global?
Um, I think it's a great forum. You bringing in like-minded people together and sharing your knowledge, experience that always leads to bigger and better things. And when I was in Karachi a few days ago on this CxO forum, and I met a few people. We had a roundtable discussion about the challenges which are facing Pakistan, and there were some very, very interesting points which came out. Where why Pakistani businesses don't internationalize, and how you know we can all help or contribute towards helping them reach international markets. So it's always good to have like-minded people sitting around the table or virtually in a group sharing ideas. So it's a great effort.
Thank you very much, sir. It's been an honor. And we hope to hear more from you soon.
Sure, look forward to it.
Thank you. And ladies and gentlemen, that'll be all for today. Please stay tuned and keep us updated with your comments and feedback. We'll see you next time with another very special guest.
Thank you.
Thank you.